All right, and we are recording. So today I'm playing a game that I've played a few once before all the way through. I've tried to get back into it a few more times. It's a kind of a cult classic known as Psychonauts. This audio is very loud. Let's go ahead and knock that down a little bit there to make sure that we're good to go. So we're gonna say put that down to about there. That should be good. There we go. That is much better, better. Okay, so this game is called Psychonauts. The second game recently just came out. It's a very fascinating game, very unique. There's not a lot quite like it out there. This game came out quite a long time ago on the original Xbox, and just recently did it get the second game out on, I believe, the Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So it's been a long time coming, but I want to get right into it, get some more exposure for this game. This is typically actually going to be for my specific friend group, people that I know who might actually enjoy this game, who won't really have the, I guess, capability of playing it because they don't have access to either an original Xbox or a computer where they really want to spend the time to download Steam and all that. And also, I want to get a little catch-up reminder of what happened in the first game before I dive into the second game and get that figured out. So I spent a good while trying to figure out the video for I guess this recording here to make sure that's going to be okay. I'm still recording it on my potato of a laptop, so it's probably not going to be the best in terms of video quality. It might be stuttering a bit, but it's what I have to work with right now. I do hope it looks good and it's something that can be at least somewhat enjoyable. So let me go ahead and get right onto it. We're going to go ahead and start a new game.
The human mind. 600 miles of synaptic fiber, 5.5 ounces of cranial fluid, 1,500 grams of complex neural matter, a 3-pound pile of dreams. But I'll tell you what it really is. It is the ultimate battlefield and the ultimate weapon. The wars of this modern age, the psychic age, are all fought somewhere between these damp, curvaceous undulations. From this day forward, you are all psychic soldiers, paranormal paratroopers, mental marines who are about to ship out on the adventure of their lives. This is our beachhead. And this is your landing craft. You shall engage the enemy in his own mentality. You shall chase his dreams. You shall fight his demons. You shall live his nightmares. And those of you who fight well, you will find yourselves on the path to becoming international secret agents. In other words, Psychonauts. The rest of you will die!
Oh, Maury.
Children, you are not going to die.
Well, if you're not a psychonaut, then you might as well be dead.
They told me this was a summer camp. Ah, Dogen, don't worry about old Coach Oleander. I've been coming here for years, and trust me, nothing ever happens.
Yeah, Dogen, Lily's right. You don't got nothing to worry about. Except for that giant monster in the lake I was telling you about.
Bobby Zilch, I told you to stop scaring people with that ridiculous old legend. I don't want the kids to be afraid to go out at night and walk alone on the perfectly safe paths of Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp. And we don't want to scare our special guests, superstar psychonauts Sasha 9 and Mia Vodello.
Whoa! Light monster!
Formation.
It's resisting. Quick, bring it over here.
What
is it?
It's just a little boy. What's your name, darling?
I'll find out. Kid, get in! Ugh.
My name
Starts with a D.
is Rasputin, but everybody calls me Raz.
Please don't kill us, lake monster!
Compelling.
Armored like a tank.
Sorry I'm late. I don't want to disrupt your briefing, Agent Oleander. Agents 9, Vodello, please, continue.
Where do you think you're going?
You've broken into a highly classified remote government training facility.
I know, isn't it great? Listen, why don't I just sit over here quietly with my fellow Psychonauts? Hey, how's it going? I like your hat.
We need to have this young man taken from here immediately.
I'll call his parents.
What? But don't you train Psychonauts here?
Yes, darling, but...
To soar across the astral plane. To wage psychic warfare against the enemies of free thought.
That is what I wrote on the front of the pamphlet.
Those words are why I'm here, Coach Oleander. Do you remember what you wrote on the inside of that pamphlet? You were born with a special gift. But the people around you treat it like a curse. Your mother is afraid of you. And your father looks at you with shame in his eyes. Come to Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp, and you can show them all. Back home, your powers make you a loner, an outcast, a circus freak. But in this dojo, in this psychic dojo, they make you a hero.
Get that soldier a bunk.
Now, darling, you can stay here for a few days until your parents come for you, but we can't let you participate in any paranormal training without your parents' consent. I'm sorry.
Wowie, you're so lucky. You get to go home soon.
Home? Back there, I was just like you were, Dogen. Punished by my own family for having powers I never asked for. But here, I have a chance to be something, to make a difference. They may come for me, Dogen, but they'll be looking for Raz, the boy. What they're going to find, what they don't expect, is Raz, the Psychonaut.
And then you'll make their heads explode?
No. Do you do that?
No. Well, once kinda. But now I wear this special hat. Wanna try it on?
No.
But he has mental defenses like I've never seen in someone so young. If I could just get him in my lab for some experiments, I'm sure he could withstand more than the others.
That kid's 1 in a million, 9. But I'm not gonna let you turn him into one of your guinea pigs. I've got big plans for that mind.
All right, I believe. Yep. So here we go. It's time. I think I don't have. There you go. That bunk belongs to Jib. It's me from an earlier playthrough. So I have beat this game. That one was just a, I guess you could say. Oh, then there's DJ Pasty. That one was just a test. To see how it worked out. So I'll just go ahead and create a new profile here. Well, we already got DJ Pasty. Let's see. Let's do Pace. Passette. Ah, there's no spaces allowed. Can I do? All right, paste. I like that. All right, we're gonna be paste for this one. My profile doesn't really truly matter.
All right, settle down in here. Big day tomorrow. I
want to see each and every one of you runts in my classroom at 0600 hours on the dot. I'm the early bird, and you're the worms. Got it? Now, lights out!
Okay, quick eye exam before we start. Huh? Look over that way, if you will.
Oh, we're doing a tutorial. Okay. Boom.
Wow, what's that?
Oh, that's a Psi challenge marker. The staff scatters these all over the camp to test the students. Every one of these you find advances you a whole rank.
Uh-huh.
Now look up for me, if you will.
There's another one.
Some of the old markers are falling apart. You'll find bits of them flapping around loose. If you find enough of these Psi cards, you can put them together to make a brand new challenge marker. But you have to buy a Psi core at the camp store to hold them together. Keep ranking up, and before you know it, you'll be able to use brand new psychic powers. Stuff you didn't even know you could do.
And then when do I become a Psychonaut? Because I have to do that before my dad shows up to take me home. Hey, where'd he go? That guy looks so familiar.
Okay, we will not be doing inverted playthrough. That's a pretty neat tutorial. Just teaches you how to look left and right.
Hey, Raz! Hurry up! You don't want to be late for basic braining!
Woohoo! Basic braining is the best class ever! Woohoo!
I heard this one time a kid was late for basic braiding and Coach Oleander held him upside down until he turned blue, but the kid had just drank a 6-pack of soda, and so when the coach shook him up, he exploded.
So, welcome to Psychonauts. This game, essentially, you could tell from the early cutscene, it's a boot camp, or really more of a summer camp for little kids with psychic powers. So it's a really clever game, kind of creative. There's a lot to learn, a lot to explore. So I just want to get right on into it and see what I can find. I played through this early part not too long ago, so I remember it pretty well. Try to go around and find some exotic collectibles and things of that nature. But for the time being, let's see what we can do. So yeah, I do like how at the early onset of this game, it's got this sort of style where it's trying to capture that feeling of nostalgia that kids would have going to their standard summer camp affairs. You're selecting your bunk as your save point. Remember, for some reason, I always loved to get the top bunk, even though that one was always the highest up in the ceiling, and definitively the hottest as well, because he does in fact rise kids, as you may learn. But I always loved to be on there. I think something about being on top was quite satisfying. You know what? This is getting out of hand real quick. We're going to stop talking about that and get right back into the news. So, arrowheads are made of titanium, a rare psychoreactive material, or mineral, which makes them very valuable. You can use arrowheads to buy items at the camp store and other places you find. So, currency. And then we're surfing down. This is sort of in your classic vein of Mario 64 style, Banjo-Kazooie, more collectathon style games. Aren't quite as common as they used to be. It used to be all the rage. Every game that came out was some sort of collectathon game. And because of that, there's actually quite a bit of things to explore and things to do in these games. I don't really see in video games quite as much anymore. Games really tend to focus now on a more linear storyline that you can complete in one sitting or so. I don't think there's much that I can really do now in terms of just the basic abilities like jump and attack. But later on, we'll gain more powers, more psychic abilities. We'll do things that we never dreamed of being able to do, but now we can dream of doing them. So we're going to go try to get as many collectibles here as we can, and then proceed with the story. Because my favorite part of this game, as much fun as it is to go around and collect materials, it is a story. These characters are really, really funny. There's always cool stuff going on.
Frozen solid.
Well, I will need probably like
Looks like it's completely frozen in a big block of ice.
probably need a heat ray or something at some point to actually open that up. We just. Is there anywhere else for me to go? Am I stuck here?
Frozen solid. Frozen solid.
Ah, here we go. We can climb on that. Look at that. Intuitive problem solving. I am a genius. This children's video game cannot best me. But as those of you clever folks out there who had a fulfilling childhood may recognize the voice actor for Raz here as Zim from Invader Zim. If you didn't have a childhood, then you probably never heard that voice before. But you should watch Invader Zim if you haven't. It's really, really funny. We've got just about everything that I care to go around getting. We can talk to these characters.
For the last time, no. I would never do that. I could never kill everyone. Oh, hi, Raz.
Squirrel trouble?
They're liars is all. Whatever they tell you, it's a lie.
I'll take your word for it. You going to class?
Yeah, I'll meet you up there. As soon as I get these guys to shut up.
I hate it when the squirrels won't shut up. What's going on? What? So this game's got an interesting sense of humor there. Alright, get back here. Oh, he got away. He got away. Oh, you can... And you can skateboard. Very cool. So while this summer camp aesthetic is neat and all, and there's things to do around the camp, the main bulk of the gameplay in this game typically comes from
the worst band name I have ever heard in the history of ever.
the levels themselves. We'll get to one of those in a second.
Rockers.
What?
That's my band name idea. Why aren't you guys in Coach Oleander's class?
Are you kidding? A kid got killed in that class last year.
I heard it was a bunch of kids, Phoebe.
Well, I heard it was a bunch of blind kids, and the coach threw them off a cliff.
Yeah, because they were late for class.
You'd better hurry, kid. Now, where were we, Quinn?
And by worse, did you possibly mean the best? Because that's what I was thinking.
You know that cabin is empty, right?
Duh. I'm practicing for tonight, when it's gonna be full of ladies.
That kind of thing takes practice.
Excuse me, but my parents let me watch R-rated movies, so I think I know a little bit more about this than you do, okay?
There's always that one kid, too. His parents, like, let him watch the horror movies and already just way too early.
People.
And they had to hold that over you like nothing else. I had a few friends like that. Alright.
So, you're dating Elka now. Does that mean we won't hang out as much?
Shoot, I reckon things ain't gonna change one bit. Doggone it, partner. No woman's never gonna... Hey, you're gonna make my boyfriend late for class. Come on, James. Come on.
Let's show some respect for James there. This man has lost his freedom. And nothing up here, but there's a bench up here though. You can skateboard on it. Sit, I guess, watch that tree over there. Beautiful sunrise. Even though this is an older game, it has a really cool aesthetic. And it makes me really excited to see what they're able to do with the newer one that just recently came out. But before we get to that, we got to go to class that we are currently late for. So let's follow these guys on up.
Hi. Hi. What's the rush? Hi. Hey, where you going, Maloof?
Shh, I snuck out. That class is a death trap for crazy people. Listen, the coach is strong. At the start of class, he pulls you into his mind, and then there's nothing you can do about it. But once you're in, you can use these smelling salts to sneak out. Take mine. I don't need them anymore. I'm calling my parents to come get me before I get hurt.
Too late!
Bobby! Ah!
Hey, kid! You owe me 5 arrowheads for this week's protection service.
Cough it up, my loser, or you'll be coughing up bloody tears.
Hey, leave him alone.
I heard a rumor you were raised in the circus. Well, let me put this in terms you'll understand. I'm the strong man around here.
Really? Because you look more like the cotton candy.
Benny, put this kid's death on my to-do list.
Come on, we'll see him in class.
Yeah, we'll settle this on the battlefield.
I don't want to get a bad seed.
Your journal is a great place to see what you've done so far and plan what you're going to do next. You can use it to save and load your progress, change your options, and there's a helpful map in your pack. In the back of your journal. Press that button to open your journal. Alright, sounds good. For some reason, my gamepad's not working anymore. Let's see, I might be switching to keyboard and mouse here in a second. There we go. Alright. Oh, look at that. So we got a map here. That's where we are. The game sort of seals itself off a bit, so you can't go too far out until you clear out the tutorial section. But once you do so, you should be set. Now, on this page, you can see what you've collected in the current area. Make sure you come back here after you've collected some figments so you can look them up. The Figment Viewer. Interesting. What you're doing in the bigger scheme of things, also, once you get your scavenge hunt list, this is where you'll keep it. Not great. So this is going to be telling me my quest, things I got to do. Complete Coach Oleander's obstacle course. Once you've cracked open a mental vault, I'll be able to see a cutscene there. Okay, nothing too crazy. None of that super important.
Coach Oleander, I'm reporting for basic braining.
Son, do you realize that to take my course, I will have to pull you into my mind, and you will have to relive every bullet-scarred memory of every battle I have ever faced. Won't be pretty. Are you sure you wouldn't rather run around a bit more in the sunshine first?
Well, I already did a bit of exploration, so let's go ahead, go.
Well then. You're late, soldier. Now get in here and give me 20.
You're a late soldier, so get in here and give me 20.
So, this is it. The mental world.
It looks like a dentist office.
A mental dentist office.
It's a recruiting office, kids, and I'm here to recruit you for the greatest job in the world, being a psychonaut. It's about fighting a war for mental freedom. Are you ready to face torture, insanity, and death? Because this is your last chance to chicken out.
Oh, me, sir. I'd like to chicken out, please.
Too late, soldier.
But you said...
There's only one way out of here. Fighting. I want one of you chickens to sock me square in the jaw. I warn you, once you do, the war is on.
Alright, so I'm going to go punch the coach here in a second. Before
You
I do
gonna
that,
punch him?
No way! You do it!
Okay, so before I punch him, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording there
me.
and make sure everything's working okay. So, hope to see you in the next part.